Hello, everyone. Father Bob Gross. It's Saturday afternoon, and I wanted to welcome everyone to Mass this weekend. This is our last weekend before we begin the season of Lent. This week, we are having a very, very special week in the life of our parishes. We begin Lent very specially with a Lenten Mission. And I just want to make a couple announcements about that so everybody knows about it. And please spread the word, share this video, share it to as many people as you possibly can. This week, beginning on Monday, we'll be beginning our Lenten Mission. We're having our Lenten Mission at a very special time. We're having it to begin Lent. Most of the time you begin Lent and you kind of ease into Lent, and many times missions are done in the middle of Lent. But this year, we're starting Lent with a mission, and we're having a wonderful guest come. His name is Mr. Steve Angrisano. He is a nationally known speaker, Catholic music artist, and many of the songs that we have in our hymnals are written by him. He is regularly at NCYC, so if you have gone to NCYC with Patty Frana over the last 20 years, you probably saw Steve Angrisano in person, and he's coming to our area. So if music helps you pray, if praise helps you pray, if upbeat and joyful music helps you pray, then please come. Please come to our mission. So it begins on Monday night, and the first night is a night of praise and worship. It's going to be at 7 p.m. at St. Francis de Sales in Austin. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday will be our nights of our mission. And Tuesday, all the nights will be in Calmer, at St. Aloysius in Calmer. So Tuesday will be at 7 p.m. Wednesday is Ash Wednesday, the beginning of Lent. And we'll have 6:30 Mass. And then after Mass, we'll go right into our second night, our session for our mission. And then third and our last night will be at 7 p.m. at St. Aloysius in Calmer. It's the center place for all of us. We're just going to come together at St. Al's. Yes, we're really excited about that. Really excited. Number two, what I want to bring up. I think about this a lot. I talk about it with parish leaders, and you're probably sick of me of talking about it, but it's just on my heart, and I desire people to know Jesus and to love his Catholic Church. But I have to tell you some sobering news. For every one person who becomes Catholic, so we have 2 that will be becoming Catholic this Easter Vigil, for every one that's entering, 6 are leaving. And presently, 13% of the whole U.S. population are former Catholics. Let me say that again. 13% of all Americans in the United States are former Catholics. That means about 42 million former Catholics are in the United States. And I've been thinking about that, and during Lent, I thought, let's go at the reasons why people leave the church. And here are some reasons why people leave the church. The first and foremost in the last 20 years is the clerical sexual abuse scandal. It's awful. It's very difficult, painful to see that. Number 2 is marriage and divorce and annulments, that whole thing. People don't know exactly what's going on with marriage and annulments, and people just say they just give up on it. I'm just going to go to another church. Number 3, the mores around homosexuality and LGBTQ issues have changed dramatically in our nation, and there is a common stereotype that the Catholic Church is intolerant of those with same-sex attractions, those that struggle and have transgender issues, those that struggle with those ideas about identity and sexuality. And then lastly, one thing that I've really heard a lot of people speak about is, I don't like the Catholic Church because I can't go up to communion if I'm not Catholic. This Lent, I'm going to be sharing a series on the Mondays of March. And it's going to be entitled, Before You Leave, Know Why. Before you leave the church, I think the honest and fair thing to do is to give a fair hearing to the church. And that's what we're going to be doing this Lent. On Monday, March 2nd, I'll be looking at the church and what she teaches about marriage and annulments. On Monday, March 9th, we're going to look at the election 2020 coming up. What does it mean to be a Catholic and voting? Monday, March 16th, we'll be looking at all the issues of LGBTQ issues. And I'm specifically inviting parents of teenagers and teenagers to come to this session. It's really important to talk about it. It's a whole new reality that our kids are facing that no other generation has faced. Then Monday, March 23rd, who can receive? We're going to look at the sacramental discipline of the church and why we have those regulations and rules around that. There's a purpose to that, and I just want to explain that. Then lastly, here's a question that I get a lot. What if I don't agree with all that the Catholic Church teaches? Can I remain Catholic? And we're going to look at that very question, and we'll leave time for question and answer. That'll be on Monday, March 30th. So that's going to be a new thing that we're going to do this year, and I really hope a lot of people come. There's going to be a nice handout in the bulletin this weekend, so put this on your refrigerator. Another thing too, we sent out postcards for the Lenten Mission. That's going to be on the back cover of the bulletin. And please bring that postcard because you could win a door prize when you come to the first night. Lastly, we're doing our fixing and our repairs over at St. Al's in Calmer, and we're just not quite ready yet. We thought we were going to be ready for Sunday Mass, but we're not. We found out there was more damage in the plastering in the ceilings of our church, and the man who's fixing it needed more time to do that. But our church will be ready in time for the mission. Lastly, Tuesday evening Mass will be at 5:45 in Calmer. 5:45 in Calmer, with a holy hour at 4:45. So there's a lot coming up. This is the calm before the storm. Please come to Mass and start the season of Lent in a very beautiful and joyful and hopeful way. Join us for our mission. Join us for our special series. Remember to celebrate the Sacrament of Reconciliation. We'll tell you about the times coming up with that. A lot going on. So may God bless you, and look for another video for the homily for this weekend. So God bless you.